Let's talk about a baseball game you broadcasted. I think we can both agree that the events that take place during a game make broadcasters, and the way that you call it. You were working the Phillies-Mets game on Sunday Night Baseball. Your call that night when Osama Bin Laden was killed reminds many of the time Howard Cosell in 1980 on a Monday Night Football game called the Dolphins and Patriots game and the news of John Lennon getting shot and killed outside of his apartment. You guys have drawn many comparisons. What was going through your mind when you heard that, and how did you go about broadcasting it to the masses on Sunday Night Baseball?
Well, it's funny. I understand the comparison with Howard Cosell because, when John Lennon was killed, I don't know if you could have two people who are more different than myself and Howard Cosell was. And Howard, he was phenomenal. He was extraordinary and gave his opinion and just, I was much more low key about it. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what to do. I was nervous. It started when Bobby Valentine, who was sitting beside me in the booth, nudged me with his elbow and just showed me his phone. And there was a text on it. I didn't look to see who it was from. I don't know. And all it said is, it said something like, Bin Laden is dead or something like that. So I immediately go on TalkBack, which for people who don't know is an ability, a button I can push so I can talk to the people in our truck without people on the air hearing, people at home hearing it. And I said, "What do you got?" And they said, "We just heard it too. Just keep doing the game." Okay, so yeah. You just keep doing the game. We weren't in a commercial. Obviously, this is on my mind, and I realize I'm going to have to say something about this pretty soon. I don't know if it's true. I don't know the circumstances, the details. I don't know anything. So they just kept saying, "We're getting some details. We'll help you out. Just keep doing the game. It's too early to say anything. We got to corroborate some details," which I'm glad they did because, boy, you don't want. It's okay to be wrong about a pitch count. You don't want to be wrong about something like that. Yeah. And eventually, they came back to me and said, "Okay, here's what we know. The president is going to speak at. Just advise people for more details to tune over to their ABC news station because ABC and ESPN were all in the same corporate family, and then get back to doing the game." And it was tricky. I'm not trained for this. I'm not a news guy. I'm a sports guy, and that was a nerve-wracking moment. We also were in Philadelphia with 45,000 people, many of whom were New Yorkers because the Mets were the opposition. And I also, and maybe I shouldn't be, but I'm also always mindful of the fact I'm not American. I mean, 9/11 affected me tremendously, as it did you and everybody else, but I'm not American, and I want to make especially sure that my words are chosen carefully. So that was a pretty nerve-wracking few minutes for me.